I'd like to call the special meeting to order. Oh, I'm supposed to do this first. I forgot, it's been a while. I'd like to call this special meeting to order. Have the clerk please read the call, read the roll call.
Boys.
Here.
Connor. Davis.
Here.
DeShazier.
Present.
Fusco.
Aye.
Garrett.
Present.
Hannah.
Here.
Hardy. Kamer.
Aye.
Lombardo.
Aye.
McKittrick.
Aye.
Homobian. Somerville.
Aye.
All members are present except for Connor, Hardy, and Homobian.
Very good, thank you. We have 4 items that are up for a public hearing today. The clerk will read in item number 1.
Notice is hereby given that the following open comment public hearing will be held by the Council of the City of Akron on Monday, February 5th, 2024, during the special council meeting at 5 p.m. Ordinance authorizing a conditional use to establish a laundromat at 147 North Arlington Street. This notice was advertised in the Akron Beacon Journal on January 20th and on the Akron City Council website beginning January 16th.
Mr. Antonucci?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Vice President, members of council. KSN LLC is requesting approval to establish a retail coin-operated laundry at this property. The existing 1,142 square foot irregularly shaped single-story building, which was built in 1954, is sited in the southwest quadrant of the property and features 2 garage bay doors that face North Arlington Street. The petitioner has stated that the interior of the vacant building would be renovated to establish the proposed Wash Lab coin laundry facility. The main portion of the building will initially house 21 washers and 20 dryers. 1 full-time employee and 1 part-time employee are expected to be hired. The exterior of the building contains gray and white vertical siding and is in good condition. The planning staff believes that the proposed 8 parking spaces is sufficient to reflect modern laundromat use. The heavily traveled intersection contains a mix of uses, with the most recent use of the property being Carlisle's used cars. The proposed use should be less intrusive to the abutting residences. The proposed laundromat will provide a much-needed service to the neighborhood since there are no other laundromats in the vicinity. If the building is properly renovated and the lot properly developed, the proposed reuse of this property and older vacant building would be an asset to this Middlebury neighborhood, and the planning staff and planning commission recommend approval subject to conditions. Thank you.
Thank you for your report, Mr. Antonucci. I'd like to now ask the clerk to please swear in any individuals that wishes to speak before council.
If you're here to speak on this public hearing, could you please stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this point, we'll open up the public hearing and ask if there's anyone wishing to make any comments reference to the proposed conditional use. If you could please provide for us your name and address. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Pamela M. Pinckney Butts, apostolate and presidential candidate in this 2024 election, working on building communities to make them better and more suitable without people having to be incarcerated for having businesses in this country. I want to make a general comment for all 4 items, and my comment is I am in much support of community resources, laundromats, and such. I'm asking that each one of these items, item number 1, 2, 3, and 4, that these business owners would have some more accountability in our neighborhoods here in Akron. And I would like some type of way in legislation for you all to draft some legislation that they would be held more responsible to invest into the communities where they have these businesses, these laundromats and such, and also fix up their property. It's bad enough that we have potholes that are bigger than crates at a volcano, but the parking lots are filthy, dump garbage on the parking lots. We need to have some more nonviolence. And I'm tired of people just putting businesses in the community and they don't invest into the community. Yes, people need to wash their clothes, but it needs to be a clean, safe place for them to do so. And that is applicable to all 4 of your items and all 4 of the businesses. Please supply them with what they need and also the consequences for not following what they need, because we need safe, clean communities. The laundromat, the daycare, the high school area, as well as the gas station. It's time out for compromising the community for businesses. Thank you very much. And should you need to reach me, I'm at 330-428-9191.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here wishing to speak in reference to this conditional use request? Please come to the microphone, and if you could please provide for us your name and address.
My name is Janice Caron. I live at 872 East Buchtel, which is 2 houses down from this property. I complained to the EPA several years ago about the huge amount of car fluids, transmission fluids, oil, all sorts of things being dumped directly into the ground at that property of this proposed laundromat. The fence around it is an absolute mess, shambles. It's not secure at all. It's a real eyesore, absolute eyesore. The huge amount of vagrancy in that area is just out of control. Between my house and this building, there's a vacant house that has squatters in it. The amount of crime at that intersection alone, the store across the street, the convenience store is constantly being broken into. The Family Dollar, endless problems at that Family Dollar, it's a block away. And the woman who just spoke before me has an excellent point about garbage and just general crime in that area. That intersection, it's very bad. The convenience store has posted signs about staying back so far so people can cross through diagonally, cross through their lot, drive through their lot. There are numerous car accidents at that intersection. I know that I was supposed to pull up all of this data, but anyone can look up this information as well in the Akron police reports. I don't have a printer. I guess I could have sent all of these, but there are so many problems at the Family Dollar less than a block away. And I don't deny that people need clean clothes. I myself, my washer died a year ago, and it's a hassle taking stuff to the laundromat. But I would never go to that laundromat. I never go to the corner store. I'm thinking that the one time I go, it's when they're going to be robbed. I don't go. And it's just notorious, people opening up people's car doors, trying to rob them while they're at that intersection. Accidents all the time. I mean, I could go on and on. The vagrancy, it would have there. I even asked a police officer, 2 officers that were checking on the squatters that are in the house next to me last week, seeing if they were in there because they were supposedly taking a child in there. And I told them about this proposed laundromat, and they both agreed it was a horrible idea because they know they would have to sit there the entire time. And the fact that it's coin operated, if it was cashless, maybe that would be a little different. If there was security, maybe that would be a little different. Maybe if it had an extremely secure fence around it, that would be different. Even when it was a car lot, all the cars were getting broken into when they were in the lot. The building gets broken, it would get broken into, people trying to pry into it, break the window. It's a terrible location, and it's very small. I see it being more of a problem than a convenience for anyone in that neighborhood. The people, it's just not a good idea. The people running it would just suffer, it would be a nightmare. It would not be an asset at all.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I know there aren't many locations to put a laundromat, but that is not a good idea. It is not a good idea. I don't know what would thrive in that location. It's just such a dead, beaten-up area. It is very bad. And it's been rough living there. It's worse than ever. It's worse than ever.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your comments.
Yep.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here wishing to make comment? If you could please step forward and provide for us your name and address. Thank you.
First, let me apologize. I misunderstood what you said when I first came in because I was running late and I didn't get sworn in or
Oh,
whatever
okay.
you're doing, raising your hand.
Well, thank you for saying that. If you don't mind, we could swear you in right now.
Okay,
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth? If so, please say I do.
I do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
I came about the daycare.
Oh, okay. Well, but we'll have that public hearing in a few minutes, if that's okay. You could step up at that time, if that's okay.
Oh, okay, so it's.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
about
this is
the
just
laundromat, right?
referencing the
Okay,
North
that's
Arlington
fine. That's
location.
fine. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there anyone else here wishing to make any comments? Referencing, there's a Tammy Noble. Tammy Noble, I believe you're muted at this point. If you could please unmute yourself.
Tammy, I'm going to send you a prompt. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. Tammy
I'm
Noble?
unmuted, I think.
Yes, you are. We can hear you. Thank you.
Okay. I have lived here since last September. I have not seen any accidents at all. Yes, there is a lot of trucks. Yes, there is a lot of ambulances going through here because it's close to Akron City Hospital. I can show you the building and the store that I live right across the street from. I live right on the corner and I look at this building every single day, wishing something was in there. I don't see a problem if it was well taken care of and everything. That I don't see any accidents. I haven't seen any crime. I haven't seen the store across the street getting broken into because I live right across the street from the store. And I don't think that it would be a problem for this laundromat to be coming into the neighborhood. I think it would be a very good idea if this one lady doesn't want to go to that laundromat. That's her opinion. I don't see anything wrong. I can show you the building from my window. That's how close I am. I'm corner to corner with it. In fact, here, that is the building across the street. And that is the um corner store. Um that's what I see every single day. I wish something would go in there that would be profitable, that would be uh that would make the building useful instead of sitting there empty. Because if the more it sits there empty, the more the property values go down, the more the building will deteriorate, and then you'll have to tear it down. I don't want to see buildings being tore down just to be tore down. I would like to see buildings in Akron be uh, used, repurposed.
Thank you.
And I think it's a great idea. I go 20 minutes out of my way just to do my laundry. It would be great for me and my husband just to walk across the street and do the laundry.
Very good. Thank you for your comments. Can I please, for the record, have your name and address?
Tammy Noble, 851 East Buchtel Avenue,
Thank you.
Akron.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Is there anyone else here wishing to speak in reference to the conditional use request on North Arlington Street? 147 North Arlington Street. Anyone else? Okay, very good. We'll close the oh, I'm sorry. There's a Kevin?
Yep,
Yes.
me. My full name's Clavinder Nagra. My address is 1090 Deepwood Drive, Macedonia, Ohio 44056. I'm one of the members of KSN LLC, and I believe all the concerns that were addressed earlier are all valid. We'll definitely take into consideration everything that was said. We initially decided to go with the coin just based on the customers and what would be best, but we would love to make it cashless as well. So initially, we'll start off with coin and maybe even add cashless and see how the business thrives. The area, I think in most areas, will always have some security issue, and we could provide security as well if that is a concern. I think a lot of the customers and a lot of the people around the area would definitely walk and benefit from that. And so we want to make sure, regardless of any of those issues, we'll make sure they're addressed and make sure everybody's safe and getting the requirement of a laundromat and other needs that'd be sufficient for that location.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else here that wishes to make any comments referencing 147 North Arlington Street? Anyone else? Any other comments? Very good. We'll close the public hearing portion. And at this point, I'd like to pull the committee to refer this item. Donnie Kamer?
Aye.
Sharon Connor? Tina Boys?
Aye.
Johnny Hanna?
Aye.
Thank you. That item will be referred for another meeting. Thank you. Item number 2, Ms. Viviano.
Notice is hereby given that the following open comment public hearing will be held by the Council of the City of Akron on Monday, February 5th, 2024, during the special council meeting at 5 p.m. Ordinance authorizing a conditional use to establish a Type A daycare home at 782 Bellevue Avenue. This notice was advertised in the Akron Beacon Journal on January 20th and on the Akron City Council website beginning January 16th.
Thank you. Mr. Antonucci?
Thank you, Mr. Vice President, members of council. Keisha Burney is requesting permission to establish a Type A child daycare home at this location. Any facility in which child care is provided for 10 or more children requires conditional use approval in a residence district. The proposed daycare home, known as Watch Me Grow Children's Learning Center, would mainly occupy the living and dining room in the basement of the 1,600 square foot, 2-story colonial dwelling. Care would be provided for a maximum of 12 children, ranging in age from 6 weeks to 12 years. The days of operation would be from Monday through Friday, from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. There will be overnight stays. No changes are proposed for the exterior of the house. If approved, the petitioner intends to hire one full-time assistant besides herself. There is on-street parking along Bellevue Avenue. The rear yard is enclosed with solid wooden fencing, will be the location for an outdoor play area. Since most of the activities will be indoors and the outdoor play area is enclosed with solid fencing, providing care for up to 12 children should not have a detrimental effect on the abutting properties. Since the children are dropped off and picked up at varying times of the day, traffic congestion should not be an issue. Providing quality daycare service is beneficial to the entire city, and the planning staff supports the request, as does the Planning Commission. Thank you.
Thank you for that report. At this point, I'd like to request that Ms. Viviano swear in any individuals that wish to testify before the committee.
You've already been sworn in, so you can approach the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll open up the public hearing. If you could please provide for us your name and address. Thank you.
My name is Teresa Wheeler, and I'm at 786 Bellevue, right next to the daycare. And I'm just really opposing the daycare because there's been other issues there at that 782 address. I've been in my house for 25 years. I'm going to retire in a couple of years, and I don't want a daycare next to me when I retire. There's been issues with parking. This same family has had 5 cars. I've had issues with parking on the street. I've had to have my visitors at my house park at the church parking lot because they refused to move their cars down and park in front of their house. They would park in front of mine. At one time, there was an upkeep with the property. I had to have my air conditioner redone, and I recently put up a fence a year ago because of the kids sticking something down in my condenser, which broke my air conditioner, which I could never go to them and say, hey, something happened here. It had potato chip bags, all kinds of stuff down in my condenser of my air conditioner. So I'm just against it. I don't think it's good for the community. I don't think it's good for the area. I've had problems with the city cutting a lot across the street. You can look it up. I call several times a year trying to get them to cut the lot across the street. There's a rental property right across the street, which is not being kept up. There's another property right on the side of me. I feel like I'm in a turkey shoot. I feel like my property, I keep it up. You could drive past my property now. It's decorated. It's decorated every summer. I used to win beautification awards. And I just feel like this is wrong. It's wrong. And I don't think that I would be able to go to them and say if something is wrong or something happened. I won't be able to communicate with them because it would be out of anger that I would get a response back. So I just feel like it's just not a good thing for me. It will take down my property value, which it has already went down based on the empty lot across the street that I bug the city about cutting every year. You can look up the records. My name is there. I call 5 and 6 times. I even call about the house down on the corner where where the city doesn't cut the grass. So I try to be an advocate in my neighborhood to try to keep it up. I know everybody thinks Bellevue is not the greatest area, but there's a lot of good people in that area, and they keep their houses up. There's certain spots where we have problems with people not taking care of their areas, their property, but it's not very many. And but I'm right next to the daycare. It will be right by my house. Her driveway is right by my house. So I just wanted to come down and voice my opinion, and I sent a letter to you guys in January. I don't know if you guys received it or not, and I voiced all my opinions as to why I was against it. And I know daycare is needed. I know Akron is big on daycare, but I just think it's the wrong place. I think that with all the empty houses, all the houses that Akron has, and people from the outside are coming in and snatching them up and doing different things with it, I think they can do a different approach instead of putting it next to my house. It's going to take down my property value. My property value is already down. I want to sell my house eventually, and when I retire and move somewhere else, but what am I going to get when I have a daycare right next to me with a bunch of kids running around? I constantly pick up paper out of my yard that comes from 782, and I'm just totally against it. If they were the type of people, and I don't have anything against them, I think Keisha Burney is the sweetest and loveliest lady I've ever met. But if they were the type of people that kept up a little bit more, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But they are not. They just putting on a front right now because they want this daycare. I've had to deal a lot in my neighborhood with people not taking care of their yards, especially right where I am. Just like I said, I feel like I'm in a turkey shoot. My house, I got a house over here that's not keeping up. I got a house in front of me that's not keeping up. I got the city lot right there that I call about constantly, and I got them next door. So my house is the last house of the houses that are looking good. Everything up this way is looking good. My house is the last one. Anything going down this way is falling apart. There's a few of us that are still trying. So I just think the daycare is all wrong.
Thank you for coming down this evening. Certainly appreciate your testimony. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here wishing to make any comments referencing the daycare on Bellevue? Anyone else? No one online? Very good. I'll pull the committee to refer this item. Mr. Kamer? Aye. Connor? Boys?
Aye.
Hannah?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. The committee will refer this item for further consideration. Ms. Biviano?
Notice is hereby given that the following open comment public hearing will be held by the Council of the City of Akron on Monday, February 5th, 2024, during the special council meeting at 5 p.m. Ordinance authorizing a conditional use to establish a charter high school at 375 West North Street.
Mr. Antonucci?
Mr. Vice President, members of council, Oakmont Education is requesting to establish the Towpath Trail Charter High School at this location. Conditional use approval is necessary for the establishment of a school in a commercial use district. The site contains an existing single-story and approximately 30,000 square foot brick building built around 1925. Vehicle access is primarily from Aqueduct Street and Boylan Place, including a parking lot for about 20 vehicles. There is also a smaller, more limited parking area at the intersection of West North Street and Aqueduct Streets. 5 garage bays can be accessed from West North Street, while 3 more are accessible from Boylan Place. Petitioner states that the school serves approximately 250 students and employs 20 staff. Expansion to the new site will allow Towpath Trail to continue providing students with standard academic courses. It will also enable students with careers and technical education programs such as construction, business, manufacturing, and healthcare. Classes are Monday through Friday, beginning at 7:30 a.m. and finishing at 4 p.m. These programs will also allow the school to graduate more students with industry-recognized credentials, helping to provide the community with a skilled and job-ready workforce. The commercial nature of this large building can complement the vocational and construction classes with existing spaces that allows for such activities. The proposed school use would be a suitable transition from the commercial light industrial nature of the uses to the east to the retail uses along West Market Street. The building is situated at a major intersection with a mixture of similar land uses in direct access to public transportation routes. The petitioner states that most students attending the school are from the neighborhood or use public transportation. The planning staff does recommend some minor changes to the site for redevelopment of the commercial building to a school. A front-facing entrance should be created either along Aqueduct or West North Streets, so there's an identifiable location for students entering the building. Also, parking areas should remain accessed from Aqueduct Street, and there should not be parking in the front area near the intersection. Windows should be added to the building at elevation along West North Street to enhance the appearance. The planning staff and planning commission recommend approval subject to the conditions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Antonucci. Ms. Biviano, can you please swear in any individuals wishing to testify?
If you're here for this public hearing, could you please stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth? If so, please say, "I do."
I do.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. We'll open up the public hearing. If you could please provide for us your name and address.
My name is Tim Militzer, 481 North Cleveland Massillon Road in Akron. Thank you for the consideration. We are the management company that operates Towpath Trail High School, which is at 275 West Market Street, which is only a quarter mile down the street, closer to Akron from here. And we've gotten to a point where we've run out of room, and we want to be able to provide more programming for our students, more career tech opportunities, and this building is a great opportunity for us. We are in the very beginning process. We're looking to just purchase the building at this time, and once given the approval for the zoning, then we will go ahead and purchase the building, and then we'll start over on our process. We'll hire the architect, we'll hire the engineer, we'll go through the standard process of working with building departments and zoning and all of those things, and take into consideration some of the comments that have already come my way about some parking or some traffic flow. Fully, we don't have any preconceived notions at this point on those. We're ready to purchase the building and then dive in both feet and figure out how we can get it to function for what we needed and the requirements of the city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else here wishing to speak in reference to 375 West North Street? Is there anyone else here? Online? Anyone? 375 West North Street? Okay, very good. Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing portion. Pull the committee to refer this item. Mr. Kamer? Aye. Mr. Tina Boys?
Aye.
And Johnny Hanna?
Aye.
Thank you. We'll refer this item for further discussion. Thank you. Item number 4.
Notice is hereby given that the following open comment public hearing will be held by the Council of the City of Akron on Monday, February 5th, 2024, during the special meeting at 5 p.m. Ordinance authorizing a conditional use to construct a gas station and convenience store at 1526 Vernon Odom Boulevard.
Mr. Antonucci?
Mr. Vice President, members of council, Circle K intends to raise the current structure on the property and construct a new gas station and convenience store on this site. The new 5,200 square foot corporately owned store would be constructed of masonry materials in brown tones with red accents, an ADA accessible walking path along the west side of the property would safely direct people away from vehicular traffic. 30 parking stalls are shown in front of the building. A canopy 24 feet in width by 192 feet in length, covering 7 pump islands with 14 dispensers, is situated between the building and the street. A wide drive would wrap around the rear of the store to a diesel canopy providing 3 pump lanes for fueling semi-truck tractors. An existing line of mature trees and shrubbery along the street would be supplemented as necessary. The proposed retail gas station and convenience store conforms to the city's desired uses at this location as indicated by the Land Use and Development Guide Plan. The site is well situated to serve not only local residents and businesses, but highway travelers as well. Vernon Odom Boulevard with 4 travel lanes and 2 turn lanes in front of the property can accommodate any traffic generated. The attractive modern structure and landscape property would be appropriate at this location and would put an underutilized commercial property into production. Planning staff and Planning Commission recommend approval, subject to conditions.
Thank you for your report, Mr. Antonucci. At this time, will anyone wishing to testify referencing the conditional use at 1526 Vernon Odom Boulevard please be sworn in by Sarah Biviano, or Clerk of Council?
Could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth? If so, please say, "I do."
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, very good, thank you. Is there anyone wishing to speak in reference to 1526 Vernon Odom Boulevard? Anyone? We'll start with Brett Lamb.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the time here this evening. I just wanted to introduce myself. I am the Real Estate Development Manager for Circle K, and I think we're all very excited to be able to put kind of our best foot forward and bring in a best-in-class, state-of-the-art convenience store and gas station to the Akron area. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Christopher Millard? Nothing? Okay. Alyssa Nider? No? Okay. Robert Wellert? No, no comments. Okay. Very good. Is there anyone else here wishing to make any testimony in reference to 1526 Vernon Odom Boulevard? If you could please provide for us your name and address. Thank you.
My name is Aisha Nuruddin, and I am at 991 Valdez Avenue.
Thank you.
I would rather see, our community needs support with dealing with safety and health issues, and we have gas stations already. So and also economic development. So I was thinking in that area there where the plaza part is, it would benefit the community and the city to see, I call it right now, a Family Community Recreation and Wellness Center. More specifically, a skating rink, a roller skating rink. If it would hold other activities as well, fine, but a roller skating rink. And I checked it out. It could bring some economic development to the city. We have swimming pools that we have city employees. I think that the city could benefit from having, producing jobs for people at a skating rink. And if Google has any validity, they said in there that once you take into consideration the cost of labor and equipment and things like that, you get a 35% profit, margin. So if that's true, that would be a benefit to our community as well. But not only would it provide a safe place, children and even adults and young adults don't have places to go. There's no, in that community, for not many places. We do have some places, but not. So a skating rink will help with health. It will help the city with economic development. It is a safe gathering place. And some of the health benefits besides fun, I mean, we need fun. We see there's a lot of crime in those areas that is reported, and even my friends in California know more about the negative things that are happening in Akron, Ohio. So I'd like to have them know that we're trying to be healthy, and roller skating provides a whole body workout. It builds balance and a lot of other benefits. So I would rather see a roller skating rink or a family community recreation and wellness center in that area.
Thank you for coming down. Thank you for your comments. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in reference to 1526 Vernon Odom Boulevard, the conditional use requests? Anyone else? Okay, very good. We'll close the public hearing portion of this. And at this point, I'll pull the committee for a favorable report. Mr. Kamer? Aye. Sharon Connor? Tina Boyes?
Aye.
Johnny Hanna?
Aye.
Okay, very good. The report of the committee is favorable. Is there any questions or comments? I want to recognize Jan Davis.
Will this Circle K replace the one at not Odom, Diagonal on Hawkins, or this, or we have two Circle Ks right in the same proximity?
This will not replace the other Circle K. The other Circle K on the east side of the highway, we are going to, that will remain open.
Further questions or comments? Okay, very good. Roll call. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody? Pardon? Oh, President Somerville?
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to speak in support of this project. We've had a lot of issues with that parking lot being vacant for many years. And so I'm excited to see that that area will be revitalized and a business being placed there. So just wanted to say that I am in total support as the ward council person for that area.
Thank you.
We appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? Roll call.
This is roll call on final passage. Boyes?
Aye.
Davis? DeShazier?
Aye.
Fusco?
Aye.
Garrett?
Aye.
Hannah?
Aye.
Kamer? Lombardo?
Aye.
McKittrick?
Aye.
Amobian?
Aye. Aye.
Somerville?
Aye.
This ordinance passes 11-0.
Thank you. And this concludes our special meeting. I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Thank you. We're adjourned.
Council will convene in regular session at 6:30. Thank you.